Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. I got my good friend Bob Kudla here. Guys, we're going to show you what we've been doing. Bob's been calling these out in the room. Just repeatable, easy trades that you can build your accounts up on, all while we're dealing with all this crazy volatility. It's very short-term stuff. Don't have to be directionally right for very long. And we're going to show you how that works. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Okay, Bob. So you've been calling this trade out quite a bit lately, and the hit rate's been really, really high. And so why don't you walk us through what you've been basically profiting from for the last few weeks?
Yeah, actually, this thing started actually in September and October, and I'm going to show two things. I'm going to show you this day trade that's been working out really well. Again, a lot of people ask me about it, so I thought we'd just memorialize it in a video. If you're not a customer, we may induce you to become one. If you are a customer and you're not in the VIP room, we may induce you to upgrade because this thing is it's a really good system, and it's based on our advanced indicator package and our super histogram. And like Phil said, it's very straightforward. The other thing I'm going to show you is using the same setup almost completely is when you should get in and bail out of some of these high yield max products or flip your ratios. And that way you could be in these trades for a couple weeks to a couple months and then bail out when we think a waterfall event's going to happen. You just step aside and then rejoin later. So Phil, let me get set up here and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm going to show you. This is MicroStrategy, trade on the 1 minute. You can actually also do this on the 5 minute, but this is the trade that came up today, the 24th of March. And we have a saying in our room is that Friday's up, Monday's likely to be up, and we gapped up right out of the get-go. And so one thing that we look for right away is on the advanced indicator package is the trend ranger supporting the movement. And here, yes, out of the gate, go. And then typically what I do, Phil, as you know, I wait for the first 20 minutes to a half hour, especially on a gap up to see if it tries to fill the gap. And what we had here was we had a push up higher, which I totally ignored. And then as it drifted down, we take a look at the trend band stayed positive. The setting's 5 for the people that are in the VIP room. And then the heat indicator, the super histogram went slightly red. When this thing popped green again, Phil, this was green, and this is essentially the blue is a green. I entered a trade here on MicroStrategy. I trade it with 500 shares. Okay, so it's meaningful for me. And then I just drive the trade up until I get stopped out. Okay. And then what happens here is, it depends on how you manage your risk tolerance, but you could literally stay in this trade until you get, what should worry you is when you get an overbought black reading here. I think the standard setting's yellow. This is where I took profit on the trade because you don't know the future. You don't know if this was the move to go back down. Okay. This thing played itself out. We got the black triangle, should been out of the trade. And then we went into a situation, Phil, where we always tell people you don't trade the middle of the day. And then you wait to get to the second part of the day here. And then this is where it got fun. So when you look for a trade here, this is the linear regression channel set 2.3, 144 bars back. It's a standard indicator in TradingView. Is then we start looking for a dip to the bottom of the channel, which it broke it. And we look for a -4 reading that happened. And you buy this trade. Okay. Again, you buy the trade and you run the trade up. Okay. You can stay in the trade until the color changes to here or you get to the top of the channel. And then it turned around again, Phil, and we had another -4 reading and we had a bottom of the channel. You take the trade again. Okay. This trade didn't work out as well because it reversed back, but then literally 15 minutes later, it broke down again and came back up. And this trade, if you're trading 500 shares, you're making $1,000 to $2,000 here in 5 and 10 minutes, Phil. And then at the end of the day, it was just a beautiful, beautiful break of the linear regression, another -4. This stayed green all afternoon, Phil. And I personally did not take this trade, kind of hitting myself. I just watched it in awe. But a 500 shares here would have netted another $1,500, Phil. I just want to show people that this trade, as you know, you're in the room. I usually take this trade once, maybe twice a day. And I joke with people that I basically paid off 2 brand new, a car and a truck since September almost exclusively trading the MicroStrategy on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, just using this simple set of tools. I think that was pretty easy to explain, don't you think, Phil? So another thing I want to show Phil is people are asking me all the time when to get into and when to get out of these yield max products, because if you take a drawdown and the drawdown may exceed the dividend. And so I started looking at what other opportunities that we have to either start trimming back or to get in or get out of the trade. I want to just show you MicroStrategy here. So the best way in which to trade MicroStrategy is that I like to look at the 2-day on it. And what you really want to do here on the 2-day is, this is for Misty, by the way, is that the best trade you could take is that when you get the trend band changing from minus to plus, which is the black to the blue, and you get the super histogram to go green, this trade not only will pay you high dividends, but it'll also pay you increasing principal, Phil. And I think that's one thing that people, I think we've been lacking as we're learning how to use this. It's one thing, if you get caught in the chop here, Misty may slowly roll over. It causes people anxiety. And so this trade here, you would have got in on this trade in September of 2024, and you would have remained engaged in that trade until December 2024. You would have caught 2 monthlies on this, and your Misty trade would have done well in terms of principal, and also would have done well in terms of the dividend. So right here is the Misty move in September. It's at 20. It went all the way up to, you'd have probably got out somewhere in 35. That's 15 points. Okay. And in the meantime, you caught a dividend for $4, and you would have caught a second dividend for $4. So you would have made $23 a share on Misty. Okay. And you would have avoided this rollover, Phil. So I want people to look at your yield max products on the monthly, not the weeklies, but the monthlies, and put a 2-day chart up there, set your trend band to 5, and then you can look for trades. And now look at Misty's now. It's still red here, Phil, but we got the black triangle of joy, and we got the oversold reversal indicator, and it's safe to get back into Misty again. And for those who didn't get out, you want to add to here. And so we should get another roll up on the roller coaster. So anyway, guys, I just want to show that to you, and I'm going to now wrap it up.
All right. Well, if you guys are interested in what Bob is sharing here, head over to tradegenius.co, sign up for one of our packages. And if you get into the VIP room with us, we talk about this stuff every day. So if you're a more active trader, that's a really awesome area. We got other traders in there, good camaraderie. But if not, you want just signals and things like that, or access to these templates only, we certainly have packages for that as well. So head over to tradegenius.co and check out our specials. Love to see you in the room. Thank you for sharing that, Bob. And we'll be with you guys on the next video. We'll touch on Bitcoin, give you an update on that, and as well as what's going on in the market. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
Trade Genius.